Greetings, fellow classmates. My name is Alan Fennell, and I'll be discussing two input devices and two output devices, their functionality, um, and a kind of overall description on the devices, and in comparison, those devices, um, and uh, see which one's the better buy. So I've taken you to a website that I use frequently to buy computer hardware, software. It's called Newegg.com, and I've pulled up two of the input devices. There's two mice. One is a gaming mouse that I'm actually currently using, and another is a wireless mouse that I've also purchased. And the major difference between functionality is, say, your purpose. What is your purpose behind the computer? Do you want to game with the computer? Do you want to just do office work, school, um, word processing, PowerPoint, that sort of thing? Well, I mean, both will do the job, right? But which one will do better at, say, gaming, and why? Um, this is your gaming mouse. You can see that it's wired versus wireless. That comes into play with gaming for latency reasons, to better say in a first-person shooter game like Call of Duty or Day of Defeat, some other computer games. It's all about your latency on gaming. So how far behind the real time of the game you are, the slower you are. And all computer hardware can help with latency issues. Your screen, for example, your internet speed, your processor speed, your graphics card, all those can contribute to latency problems being slower than your component, who's, again, if it's a first-person shooter and the purpose of the game is to try to destroy your opponent by, uh, uh, you know, shooting them, since like in Call of Duty, um, then uh, you'll be faster than them, and you'll be able to get the points you need. Um, and so, if you're faster than them, then it's a little, competitive edge, you would say. So, speaking with just those kinds of terms, when it's these input devices as a mouse and gaming mouse per se, um, the performance piece of this device will come from this dots per inch. This is how many. This is, I believe, more for accuracy in your mouse, um, being able to jostle it left and right, or twitch left and right, be able to point your mouse at objects on the screen faster, and with more accuracy. It also uses a laser, which is more precise than an optical uh, mouse. Its footprint on the mouse pad is larger than a laser. Laser being more precise, get better accuracy again. This is also supported um, your basic operating systems, and it's a USB interface, and it's for a right-handed person. And the big thing for gaming is that this also has these 12 buttons that on the mouse you can program each one of these kinds of buttons for different actions in the game. You also have your scroll wheel that also tilts left and right and scrolls, and you can push down on it. And then these two buttons on this mouse, it's the same, but you only have two side thumb buttons. It has a nice grip, good ergonomical feel for both of them. And the price, you see this was $31 versus 62, is almost double. That price more is seen in the name of the mouse. This is a Pronoun gaming company for products or accessories such as mice, joysticks. So okay, moving on. Here's some of the other cool info about this gaming mouse. And scrolling down into this Logitech, you see it's right here, it's wireless. And so wireless using radio frequency, RF, is going to be slower into the computer versus it just being wired. Because it takes time for all these components like Bluetooth to process all the information to tell the mouse, okay, you're pointing left, or okay, you're pointing right. This is also laser. So again, where's that other money going to? I believe it's more in the the fact that it's wired, that it's more precise, and it also has these 12 mechanical buttons. So those are my two input devices. These two mice, one gaming mouse, one wireless mouse, is more for office use. And here are the two output devices. Here's my two monitors. They're both 27-inch. They're both by Asus, but this one is $239 versus this one is $777. Excuse me, $780. Why is this one more expensive than this? So there's the product basic information. Starting on the left, 27-inch. So it's from diagonal on the screen, and then 2 milliseconds, which is your latency from the display to the graphics card or to the computer. Is widescreen, LED, as black light, lighting or backlighting, and it's built-in speakers. And this one, again, is 27-inch, was 1 millisecond, widescreen, LED, backlit, LCD, 3D monitor. Okay. And looking on the left, here's a big difference right here. This resolution. This is full HD. This is the next step up from that. And that's the main money maker, is this resolution difference. Other few things is pixel pitch, which I pulled up a Wikipedia page. Pixel pitch is a measure of the size of a triad plus the distance between triads. Triads being a green, blue, red. So there's a triad. So this would be one, and the distance between the other. So on here, the distance is greater than in this one. So the pixels are more compact in this more expensive screen than this. The brightness, can go a little brighter. The contrast ratio is the levels between black and white. And okay, this has a little higher contrast ratio than the other one. And here's your response time. Again, if your purpose is for gaming or that's where you're gonna look for these response times, just so you can limit your latency in a game. And Sometimes the information is there, it's just not on the display. So I'm pretty sure it has an HDMI port, um, especially in these connectors, but it might not. Power consumption, well, more resolution, faster latency could be contributing to this higher wattage on the more expensive one than the less expensive one. Again, for gaming, don't really care if your monitor has speakers or not, because you're going to have a sound card and you'll probably have surround sound speakers. So who cares if your monitor has speakers or not? This weighs a little more. And again, here's your screen display type. And this is now having this NVIDIA G-Sync adaptive sync technology. And he pulled up a website about NVIDIA G-Sync. This groundbreaking new display technology that delivers the smoothest and fastest gaming experience ever. G-Sync's revolutionary performance is achieved by synchronizing display refresh rates to the graphics processor unit and that's the same as a CPU, but this is a CPU on a graphics card, and this is specifically for a GeForce GTX powered PC, meaning your graphics card is by NVIDIA and it's a GTX. Your motherboard probably, and a lot of other components are by NVIDIA, and that's why it's a GeForce GTX powered PC. It's more probably just about the graphics card. Um, so it's going to eliminate screen tearing and minimize display stutter and input lag. The result, screens appear instantly. So it's that lagging I was talking about for gaming. Objects look sharper and gameplay is super smooth, giving you a stunning visual experience and a serious competitive edge. So those are my comparisons on my two output devices, these two monitors, and my two input devices with these two mice. Again, my name is Alan Fennell, and